So first, I wanted to ask you what you think about the changes that have been made in this proposed rule compared to the original proposal.
Well, as you know, NAFCU and our members had serious concerns with the original risk-based capital proposal. We still have concerns with the second proposal, but NCUA certainly has listened to commenters and made a number of changes to the proposal. A number of the risk weights have changed. Certainly, we're looking at those closely to see whether or not they've gone far enough to really be meaningful for credit unions and to see how they compare to bank risk weights. They have, certainly looked at issues, supplemental capital. We still think that all credit unions need the ability to have supplemental capital. So certainly we think there's work that needs to be done in that regard. NCUA did create a longer implementation period, and that certainly is positive as well. The fact that we still have this rule, though, overall is still disconcerting. NAFCU strongly believes we need legislative reform for capital, that we need to create a whole new regime relative to risk-based capital as opposed to just layering additional requirements on top. So certainly that core concern still remains as we begin to go through this risk-based capital rule and look at all the potential changes.
And how about the provision that was removed from the proposal, right? There was something that involved the raising of capital requirements that is not in this new revised proposal.
Yeah, in the original proposal, there was a requirement that related to individual, it was called the individual capital requirement. Under the original proposal, NCUA could make a credit union hold more capital external to what was required by the rule. It was very unclear under the proposal whether the NCUA examiner would be able to just make the decision, whether it was an NCUA board issue. So NCUA went ahead and eliminated that from the proposal. NAFCU also had serious concerns at the outset whether or not NCUA had the legal authority to do that. Now NCUA has indicated that they will address any sort of capital adequacy issues through the normal exam process.
So it won't be part of the rule, it'll be separate and part of the exam.
Yes.